Ukraine drone operators were called in to finish off this Russian tank. Here, the Russians had already abandoned the vehicle, leaving it stranded and exposed on the battlefield. Moments later, a Ukrainian drone operator delivered a precise strike. Now these two AFU tanks move into position and begin the engagement. The first vehicle suppresses enemy forces with machine gun fire, while the second fires several cannon rounds. The tanks line up and exchange fire with the Russian group ahead, maneuvering constantly to avoid enemy targeting. Their guns fire in alternating turns to maintain steady pressure. As one tank reloads its main gun, the other keeps firing, maintaining constant pressure that prevents the enemy from regrouping. In this footage, a Ukrainian tank moves onto the village's main road and fires over obstacles, using indirect fire to reach the enemy despite no clear line of sight. The shot lands successfully, but the Russians respond with an anti-tank round. The Ukrainian tank withstands the hit and remains operational. Ukrainian forces deployed Leopard tanks, built to withstand heavy hits on the battlefield. Even under direct fire, these tanks remain operational and protect their crews. Unlike the Russian main battle tank T-72, which is easily destroyed due to thin armor and vulnerable ammunition storage. Here, we see just how effectively Ukrainian drone operators destroy these tanks with precision strikes. When the ammunition is struck, the armored vehicle is instantly destroyed, engulfed in flames as the Russian tank erupts in a fiery blast. And here is another example. The Ukrainian drone operator pinpoints the ammunition compartment and delivers a precise strike. Ukrainian tank and a Bradley were nearly ambushed along the roadside. Russian forces had taken positions to fire on the vehicles from both sides. At the critical moment, however, the AFU opened fire first, seizing the initiative and pushing forward through the threat. Their strong frontal armor allowed them to withstand rifle and machine gun fire from the Russian positions. The Russians simply did not have time to prepare their anti-tank weapons. The intense firepower allowed the tanks to break through toward the enemy fortification that had been set up in the village on the right flank. In the end, the enemy positions were rapidly eliminated by Ukrainian gunfire. Here, a reconnaissance drone detects a concentration of Russian forces. Long-range Ukrainian artillery soon opens fire on the area. As the armored vehicles attempt to move forward, several APs trigger mines and erupt in explosions. The final destruction of the enemy equipment is carried out by AFU FPV drones. Their work can be seen from a first-person view. The drone performs a maneuverable flight, avoiding machine gun fire from Russian tanks before making a sharp turn, a rapid approach, and striking the target. Yet, Russian tanks and armored vehicles have strong protection and can keep moving even after an indirect hit, making them difficult targets. However, Ukrainian ATMs are capable of penetrating this defense. In a daring frontline maneuver, Ukrainian forces launched a precision strike against a fortified position. A single APC broke through the enemy defenses, laying down machine gun fire that pinned the infantry inside their dugouts. A Ukrainian soldier then sprinted along the trench, tossing explosives directly into the enemy shelter, before returning to the APC as it withdrew safely from the position. At any moment, the enemy could have emerged and unleashed fire. Yet the mission concluded successfully for the Ukrainian forces. This attack begins with the destruction of a tank by a mine. Russian forces, despite their superior equipment and manpower, have struggled to push forward under constant fire. On the outskirts of their assault, the AFU used minefields, artillery, and FPV drones to destroy several enemy APCs and tanks, preventing the attackers from reaching their objective. The Russian column attempted to force its way through AFU defenses with large numbers of tanks and troops. The lead APC was struck, halting the column and creating a bottleneck. Another vehicle was destroyed, while the entire breach zone came under sustained Ukrainian artillery fire. Ukrainian drones and artillery coordinated their strikes, hitting the formation and slowing its advance. Turning off the road was not an option, as the surrounding fields were also targeted by mortars and artillery. The firepower makes the scene truly overwhelming. Explosions shook the area near abandoned buildings along the route. The enemy was unable to establish any foothold or temporary shelters. Ukrainian artillery struck both APCs and tore through enemy positions. The Russian advance was stalled and brought to a halt. With the enemy pinned, Ukrainian UAVs moved in to carry out the final strikes, closing in on their positions. Ukrainian strike drones closed in on the last enemy vehicles on the battlefield. One drone hit the remaining target, and a second followed to finish the job. Explosives were dropped to ensure it could not recover. Another UAV struck nearby positions, while an FPV recon drone tracked the final retreating APC. Its destruction was confirmed, delivering the decisive blow that ended the enemy's assault. Here, this vehicle absorbs a direct hit to the turret and continues moving without slowing. The impact shows little effect. Another drone strikes the same area, again with no visible damage. A third attack follows, but the tank pushes through the smoke of a nearby blast. A fourth drone hits the target as the vehicle increases speed. Another explosion briefly halted the vehicle, and a strike landed beneath the gun, but it continued moving. The tank returned to the road, still posing a serious threat. Allowing it to escape was not an option. Another drone moved in and struck the target, and a reconnaissance drone confirmed the hit. This strike finally disabled the enemy tank. It veered off the road and moved across a scorched field. The drone operators consistently attacked from the same side, methodically breaking through the tank's defenses. The final drone delivered a decisive hit and finished off the Russian tank. Russian forces resort to incendiary munitions, including phosphorus-based weapons. In response, the Ukrainian military deploys new drone technologies, using thermite charges, demonstrating their effectiveness in action. Like thermobaric ammunition, which detonates, thermite burns intensely, creating a wide destructive zone. It is used not only against targets but also to ignite forested areas, making it harder for the enemy to use cover. FPV drones can carry around 500 grams of thermite, which ignites immediately when dropped from heights of up to 30 meters. This capability makes these drones a highly versatile tool for striking a range of targets. Here is another new development in Ukrainian drone warfare: a UAV equipped to fire an assault rifle from the air, allowing it to engage targets from above with added precision and flexibility. Interceptor drones are now being used to shoot down enemy UAVs in midair. This method has allowed Ukrainian forces to eliminate a large number of aerial targets. This and previous footage highlights how rapidly evolving drone technology is reshaping the battlefield, with innovation proving to be a decisive advantage in modern warfare. Ukrainian drones are also deployed for mine clearance using carefully placed drops. This work demands a high level of precision and control, but it significantly reduces the risk to AFU soldiers. In the final clip, the Ukrainian Skiffs unit engages Russian Shah drones over the Kharkiv region, using a Bofors 40mm anti-aircraft gun to track and destroy aerial targets in the night sky. Thank you for watching Iron Pulse Media. Your support helps us keep reporting from the heart of the action. Stay informed, stay engaged, and we'll see you next time on Iron Pulse Media.